It's day 164 of From Here to Jerusalem. I am in Monastery Plankstetten. Last night I was in the Maria Hilferkirche. What can I say? It was very interesting. Yeah. And today was very hard. Yesterday I was like in Walmart in Oberpfalz by 4:30, 5-ish, and I had called and they said, yeah, of course I could come, no problem at all, but I'd be sleeping with the sisters, and the sisters, they had just gotten a new convent, and they're a new order, like only started in the 1980s under John Paul II, of course. They are Verum Cavo Est, and word became flesh, is their motto. They're originally an Argentinian order, and they are missionaries, and they're everywhere, like everywhere, and they were so nice to me. They had sisters coming from Vilnius on their way to, I believe, Prague. And so they had just gotten into this convent, and Sister Maria went, yeah, of course, the more souls, the better. You're very welcome. And there was dinner in Spanish and Italian, and the Mother Superior was from Brazil. I'm gonna put some cream on my foot in the meantime. Was from Brazil, and it was all very nice. Like, it was all really, really lovely, and I didn't understand half of what was going on. There were a lot of religious jokes. They were all very, very young. And then this morning we went back to the Maria Hilferkerk church, and we had like a mass, which was like over an hour. They said rosary while they were driving to the church. I mean, it was pretty out there. They're pretty religious. They're very, very much of the whole world has to be Catholic to be saved variety. And I really like them. I really like them. And at the end, Sister Maria went like, I could see you become a hermit. And I'm thinking, that's an interesting way of putting it. So we played a little bit of harp, and it was lovely. And they are like me, they live by divine providence, so when other people take care of them. And it was good. The walk was good yesterday as well. I saw 2 squirrels chasing each other. Like, I don't know what's going on with the animal world, but like, it's kind of my relationship with the wild animals is changing. I was sitting at this picnic table, and there was a little bird came and sat with me, and then I startled it and it went off, and there was a squirrel on the road, and it sat there and it looked at me, and I stopped and we had a little chat. And then I said I had to move on, and then it just hopped over the road and went back. It had been like hiding in the reeds of the canal. And then I saw like 2 squirrels chasing each other up and down a tree until there was a cyclist came by. The Ludwig Canal is lovely. It's nice and quiet. Lovely, lots of trees. Yesterday I came through the highest point, and then today it was all going downhill. Now, so because Mass was so long this morning, and I got a blessing as well. Like, this order is so young, like no gardening involved, like with these youngsters. It is all about, the love of Christ. It was, I don't know, like, I don't know, I couldn't really, I couldn't find anything I didn't like, apart from the fact that they were so fond of John Paul II, um, who I really have a complicated relationship with, to say the least. Um, and then today, this morning, I called the place where I am now. Oh my God, that's a hill coming too. Where am I again? Oh my God. Plankstetten. I should know this. And look, I had to buy myself a new pair of reading glasses because I left my reading glasses on a bench somewhere, and I don't remember where. So yeah, so I stayed in the. I had this amazing meal, of course, 2 days ago in where I was. The Farai that put me up in a Gaststätte, like wonderful meal, and then yesterday it was all pizza and bread again, and today I got my lunch. There it is. It's still there because I had no time to eat it. Because today, when I left, it started raining. And it didn't just start raining a little bit, it started raining a lot. So all day I had no time to eat, so I'm going to do that now. What did we have again? Oh yeah, these interesting crackers. They're actually really nice. They're a bit soggy now. Like wafer crackers. So then I left this morning. They dropped me back off Sister Maria. Now, this order has 2 houses in Syria and also 2 houses in Israel. So, oh, and in Turkey. So now I'll be putting them on my list and heading that way. And they were very much like, if you need anything, give us a call. Then I read them. I called Plankstetten and they go like, nobody's seen the email that I sent them. Brother who is in charge, been on holiday or something, nobody checked the emails. There's massive here. They've got loads and loads and loads of people staying. They had a wedding. I think there was a concert. No idea. Bottom line, nobody read what I had sent, and nobody was interested. So they did put down that I was a pilgrim. They gave me a room, and they charged me a little bit less, but they charged me. So yeah, that can also happen. And now I'm really worried about tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Franciscans and I haven't heard from them either. What if I call them tomorrow and the same thing happens? I don't know. I have to say that when I realized that nobody had read the email, I got really upset because it was raining. And I realized my mom has been gone for a month and it was raining. And I'm hearing no and no and no, more no. And so I had a little bit of a cry. I had a little bit of a cry along the canal. Now the canal coming out of Nuremberg was really, really, really beautiful. And by now it's closing in on the 2 canals, so the new canal and the Ludwig canal, they're getting closer and closer and closer. So Plankstetten is actually on the new canal. And the whole day it was like really dark, and like all my fears about winter weather and stuff, it was all there. I was actually okay. I was actually okay. It was fine. But yeah, this morning I wasn't fine, and there was I had a good old cry in the rain. And here I go again. because I feel really torn now. Like I do really worry about the weather. But listen, I did my 22 kilometers today. I should have done 25 though. But this, I got out of the car as soon as I could. But I still lost 3 kilometers. But then I was thinking, I went away from the canal to climb up the Maria Hilfiger. Here was like 180 meters up that way. I was right back in Besançon, cursing, going up the hill. Oh my God, Maria Hilfiger, so beautiful, so beautiful. Now there's evening prayer here at half 7, I think. 7 or half 7. I won't be going, I think, because I missed Vespers. And there's a vigil at 5, and there's half 6. There's loudest, so I might go to that. It was a long day. Yesterday, I met a man called Joseph as I walked into town, into Neumarkt on Harper. He gave me 10 euros for coffee. And today I met a woman in a bakery where I had a cup of coffee because the rain was so bad. She gave me 20 euros. I must look really poor. She was kind of like, I don't want to upset you, but I think you need the money. And I was thinking, you're probably very right. So yeah, and then I made it here. It was it's a beautiful little place, Plankstetten. It isn't too high up, but it still has a lovely view. The whole day the sky was grey. I'm having lots of doubt, of course. Like I believe I can do this. I'm just not sure about the weather. And I'm not sure about, how sturdy I really am, because it is getting really lonely. I mean, all the other pilgrimages, there's always people there. Now I'm really dependent on the people that host me. Tonight as well, I arrive, the office is closed, it's getting dark. Nobody knows anything. I finally asked a lady in the kitchen, does she know how and what? She brings me to the kitchen and the woman knows. She goes, oh yeah, sign there. Give me 40 euros. I'll give you a key. So, there we are. It's a closer to it. Now, Sean the Harp, I didn't unpack him yet. He is there, standing there feeling very sorry for himself. And this is the room. So I got a big cross on the wall, of course. So, nice cross on the wall. There is a cupboard. There's a door that we have, a sink, a window, and that's it then. So yeah, could be worse. Shower in the hallway. Toilet as well. I had a good shower. I'll go to bed early. It's getting dark. I'll have my bread, brush my teeth, go to sleep. Tomorrow's another day. I'll go to Loudon. I'll go have breakfast. Tomorrow's another rainy day. And then I'll set off and see if Dietford and the Franciscans actually do read their emails. Like, I'm really lucky, of course. Like, lots of people are really nice to me. But I can feel that I'm much more tired the whole time. And yeah, I'm starting to get really lonely. Um, the lady in the bakery was really nice to me. She gave me an extra cup of coffee. And um, the priest was really nice. But yeah, I have no company. I have no company. There's nobody here who actually knows me. The other thing is that I think with Austria, I'm walking out of the European Union, which changes my phone thing altogether. I don't know how to do that yet. Um, yeah, so I'm good. The weight of the bag is actually much better now that I've gotten rid of all the bits and bobs that I don't have to use for practical reasons. I've taken as much of it out and put it in the side bags, and then I've been getting rid of stuff like bits that I don't use, because those are the bags I pack and unpack all the time. Um, yeah, it's another 2 days I think to Calheim, and then I'm heading for Regensburg. I'm closing into Austria. It's crazy. Like I walked here. That's another thing. Like I just go up and down like a yo-yo because I got so far, and I always joke like, "Oh, I can't take a bus home now," but I'm getting out of flying back home in 4 hours now. That's a long time. That's more than I would like to spend in an airplane. So I'm getting very far away from home, and yeah. If it's going to be raining constantly, like tomorrow will be another wet day. So far so good. We've had no accidents or the Harp is holding up pretty well, but it doesn't help with my mood, and it doesn't help with the way that I feel. So I'm looking forward to getting a bit more sunshine in, and then every time when it stops raining, I'm just crying with relief because it's so hard when it rains. So lunch now for dinner. I was too late for dinner here. They were already closing up. So yeah, it's bread again for me. I'm becoming an expert in eating bread. Yesterday I still saw plums, and there's apples everywhere. The apple, oh, they made a mistake yesterday. So they put these signs up, yeah. There are trees where you can pick from. That's okay. And then there are most trees you can't pick from. And then I saw a sign that fermented, of course, means that it's rented out or it's all given. And then there is vergeben as well, which means it's also, but I thought that it meant to vergeben, so to give away. That's not what it means. Can't pick from those trees. Did pick one from one of those trees. Wonderful apple. I mean, the apples are really. I like apples anyway. And then you eat an apple straight from the tree and think, how is it possible that an apple, which you like already, tastes that good? Boggles the mind. So yeah, so that young order, Verbum KOS, they are, that's just their motto. That's not what they're called. They have like a complicated name. Basically, it's a very young order where people join because they want to give their lives to God and they want to live a contemplative, prayerful life. Like I said, rosary in the car, going to the church. That was a first for me. But there's loads of firsts for me at the moment. Sleeping in cloisters every night, knocking on cloister doors in Germany, sitting Saturday morning through a mass in Spanish for an hour and whatever. That was also new for me. And then we're praying the rosary, like half in Spanish, half in German. So I thought I put in my dime and did it in Dutch as well. Sure enough. So more addresses. Nuremberg is now a wonderful memory. A little bit lonely, so that's okay. That's the challenge of this journey, I suppose. 2 more weeks, and it'll be I'll be 6 months on the road. I'm gonna go eat the rest of my sandwich. Look at those little apples. Look at how handsome they are. Like the colors of the apples are crazy. Like they are I saw apples, they look like deep purple. Beautiful. Red, like really red apples, like Snow White red apples type of thing. And then there's the really pale ones. All of them are good though. And yeah, then I'd seen for the first time, I'd seen the walnuts fully grown. I don't see them around now anymore. No more hazelnuts either. They're all gone. I saw the first conkers there yesterday. Yeah, I have to get through Austria as soon as possible, so that I can head south as soon as possible as well. Because otherwise it's going to be a long, long, hard winter for me, trying to get through there. I'm just walking so slow. I used to walk like literally, even with the pack, like 5 kilometers an hour. If I do 4.5, it's a lot, like it's fast. And I don't want to push anymore because I'm pushing enough, I feel. So I can do 25 kilometers, but it's a long day. If it's 27, it's a really long day. The daylight hours are getting less. Yeah, I have a lot on my mind the whole time. I'm trying to not, I'm also finding it when walking. I'm finding it hard to just stay focused on the walking. I keep thinking like, how far have I gone? Have I done a kilometer? Have I done 2? Maybe I've done 3. And of course, then I haven't done 3. And I'm setting myself up constantly for disappointment, which is really, really bad. Like, and I used to be really good at not doing that. Now I'm doing what I always didn't like and what other people were doing, like, oh, it's not that far anymore, and then it's still like 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers, and that's still time. I'm looking at the kilometers and the times, and I'm going like, oh yeah, like I have this thing where I know exactly how long it is to walk around Clonakilty, and then I walk, and I think, halfway my circle around Clon, or I think I've done a full circle, and like a full circle is about 4 kilometers something. And now I'm in my head, like I'm starting to get impatient, and that's not a good thing. Otherwise, like pain in my feet at the moment, just pain in the bones of my feet, and in the toe of my right big toe, when it gets wet, it's kind of sore. That could be like a little bit of swollen knuckle, a little bit of arthritic pain. But moving, of course, helps. Um, yeah, there isn't much more I can do right now. I think I need to go sleep. I'm just tired. My head is tired. And the crying didn't help. What am I doing? Yeah. Tomorrow will be another hard day. No idea where I'm going. Monday, I have a bed. Monday, I have a bed. This is the good thing. Monday, I have a bed. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm with a family, a far family. Very, very happy about that. I'll just go sleep. I think that's a better idea. Tomorrow's another day. Day 164. Here from Jerusalem. Plankstetten. On the Main-Donau Canal. Not the highest point anymore. Gone over the highest point yesterday, and now so descending towards the Danube. Should be there in 2 days, 3 days. Then I'll be walking along the Danube. Yeah, Regensburg, and then Passau. I've heard both of those places are really, really beautiful. The weather will pick up after tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that as well. Wish me luck. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night. Good night.